Well, this spot is Congoland Dam. I am right in the guts of the dry Andrew woodlands out here in the wheat belt. I've got a night out here. I've done a little bit of exploring so far. It's about lunchtime now, so I'm gonna have a little bit of lunch here at this spot as well, and then I'm gonna carry on through some of this woodland and see if I can't find somewhere to camp up for the night. Oh yeah. Beautiful. In the early 1900s, these brown mallets, they call them, brown mallet tree, they used to harvest this bark in the early 1900s, to the point where by the mid 1920s they were putting plantations in so they could actually create a big industry out of it. And they were grabbing this bark because it was a tannable resource for tanning leather. But then by the 1960s, there was other ways that were introduced and the industry had pretty much died. There wasn't really any need for it. But as you can see, it's quite a unique. Imagine harvesting that. Imagine your job being ripping the bark off the trees. It was a massive industry until it finally died out. That is sensational. Fair dinkum. Oh man. yum. What else have we got in here? Oh, some cheese. Oh, tomato. Oh, we're talking. Put that on a hot egg. The tomato I kindly prepared earlier. Ooh, I reckon that needs some pepper too. Oh. Mighty old hash brown and a piece of bacon. Give her a lid. Oh boy. This means I need the fire. Oh, how good. In the beautiful bush amongst the wandoo trees and the brown bark mallet. Oh, as good as it gets. Thank you very much. When I got here, this fire pit was covered in all these stones. So I'm just gonna do the same. I'll leave it exactly how I found it. There we go. I'm stunned by, well, I'm more than stunned. I'm absolutely blown away with how clean it is here. There is not, and I'm being dead serious, right? Dead 100% serious. There is not one bit of rubbish. There's no aluminium cans, you know, being thrown into the fire. There's no bottle tops. There's no toilet paper. There is nothing. There's not even broken glass. It is incredible. It's so nice to see. I maybe put that down to a couple of things being we're quite far out here, but I don't know, because a lot of places that are a bit more remote, they still do get hammered. So it's maybe not necessarily that, but I do know the Toyota Club of Western Australia, they look after this area. They've adopted this area and they do their track care out here. They've done a lot of building the infrastructure and they regularly come out and clean it, but I don't know, this feels to me like it's still too clean for it to have been just from a recent cleanup. Like it just feels like, it just has that feeling like it's just a really well looked after and respected area. And I absolutely love that. I love that so much. So I've done my bit. I'm leaving everything how I've seen it. Put my rubbish away in my bag. That's all taken care of. Take that with me. And off I go like I wasn't even here. Ready for the next person that wants to use it and have a beautiful night here as themselves. And enjoy this for what it is. this was my last place of interest to come and check out before I end up taking off. Old Mill Dam. So this dam is irrigated. Just here behind me in this little straw hut. Oh, there's a stick there, nearly died. Just here in this straw hut, there's a pump. A big old pump. That's pumping water from this into this water tank that you see here. You can see a pipe is coming up, pumps the water from the dam up into the top, and then you have this hose that comes out, fills up water trucks. So that would be one avenue for them to fight any fires that might erupt out here. Good little natural, sustainable way for fighting fire. Fantastic. Well, I'm going to finish up my visit out here in the Dryandra woodlands with a little story. 1970. We all know Rupert Murdoch. If you're not familiar with him, he's a big media tycoon, quite a wealthy fella. 1970 he acquired some land out here in this woodland area. Not all of it, he just bought a chunk of it, and he actually wanted to do a whole pile of bauxite mining. So that would involve obviously a lot of felling, digging into the ground. So it would have been quite devastating. But what happened? Obviously it didn't happen. Well, there's a fella by the name of Vincent Saventi. He's a Croatian fella. He was the youngest in his family of eight children. He was the youngest of 8. He was born in Armidale in 1916. He passed away in 2007. But his 2 passions, he was known for 2 loves of his life, which was conservation and riding. So he had heard, he was already on a bit of a rampage on conservation, and he'd heard that Rupert Murdoch wanted to do this felling of trees, rip the earth up, get the bauxite out. He wasn't at all happy about it, as you could probably imagine. So he sent, as a writer, he'd written a book called Dryandra Woodlands, a story of Australian forest it was called. He sent Rupert Murdoch a copy of that book that he had written. Story goes, Rupert read the whole book, and then after he'd finished reading it, he got back in touch with Vincent, and he expressed that he was quite moved by that book and that story, and he decided that he wasn't going to come in and mine the area. It'd be a far cry from what we see today in here if Rupert had have come in here with his big machines and started mining the area. Well, this is where I'm going to leave it. I'm going to soak up this area a little bit. There's plenty of bird life around. It's beautiful weather. So I'm going to have a little bit of a wander around here before I finally jump back in old mate Gus and get on out of here. Head home. But what a beautiful spot. What a beautiful night it's been. And it's been a great couple of nights out here in this wheat belt area. Checking out some history, catching up on some knowledge, being able to tell you guys some stories as well, some tales along the way. I'll be out again, and you can guarantee there'll be some more stories to tell. In the meantime, I appreciate you all watching. If you haven't yet, give me a subscribe. It helps me a lot, helps the channel out, gives the video a like, and I thank you all for watching. I really appreciate it. I hope you enjoyed this one, and I'll see you all in the very next one. Cheers. Ooroo.